Hey guys, if you want a backflip that looks like this, continue watching. Alright, so the very first step in learning your backflip is your jump. Okay, so when doing your jump, you want to first look at something straight ahead of you. It's going to be called your spot. Look at the thing, put both hands out in front of you, and squat. Straight down, keep looking at the thing, and then jump up. You want to put a lot of power into those toes, because that's going to be the main thing giving you upward momentum in this trick. So in your jump, you also want to make sure that your shoulders stay in line with your hips. If your shoulders ever get behind your hips when you do the jump, you're going to jump back no matter what. And that'll make your flip look a lot worse, and you're going to travel way too much. So make sure your shoulders stay in line with your hips. Don't make them go in front or behind. This next part of your backflip is called your set. In my opinion, this is the most important part of the backflip because it's where you get all your height and it sets you up to rotate backwards. When doing your set, you want to push your chest out like so, then bring your shoulders back while putting your arms up above your head. Then you want to push your hips up, because the higher you get your hips in your flip, the higher your flip is going to be and the faster you're going to rotate. In a backflip, you're ideally going to be rotating around your hips, so the higher you get them in this step, the higher your backflip is going to be. When doing your set, it's okay to have bent legs. This is going to set you up for the tuck, so if your legs are a little bent in apprehension for that, that's fine. In your set, make sure to flick your arms up as hard as possible, because your arms are a huge source of power in the backflip. So when you go up, flick your arms up, push your chest out, and bring your shoulders back. Bring your hips up a little bit. And there you go, that's your set. So this next part is the tuck. Now, a lot of people think this is the easiest step, but in my opinion, this is the most misused and misunderstood step in a backflip. A lot of people think they tuck straight up like this, in sort of a cannonball, and that's just wrong. When you do that, all the momentum is being pushed upwards because your knee is going up. So all your power is going up. We don't need any more of that, because that's what we got from our jump and our set. Instead, you want to get your shin, and you want to slowly bring your shin up like so. You don't really want to bend your knee at all, and go like up, and then you can either grab on the top of your knee here, or you can grab under. It's up to personal preference. There's nothing that will make it better or not. So when doing this, if you stand up and do this or sit down and do this, you'll feel that when you tuck, you actually go backwards. So instead of going up like this and not moving, if I tuck like this, I'll fall backwards. And this is what we want, because that's actually going to give us the power to rotate back. It doesn't mean you're going to hold this position for the whole time. One of the main things in a backflip is to get as tight as possible in your tuck. So what you want to do is when you tuck like this, and when you feel like your body is flat in the air, that's when you want to bring your leg in and then tuck like a cannonball. Make sure to tuck as tight as possible. This is a hugely overlooked step. A lot of people tuck and they'll tuck loose, and yes, they will flip and they probably will land it. The tighter you tuck, the faster your rotation is going to be. And this is going to make it so you land, instead of landing down, with your chest facing the ground, you're going to land up with your chest out. And that looks a lot better. Your tuck, like I said, comes right after your set, which is the previous thing. So you go up like this, push out, remember shoulders back, chest up, bring your hips up, then bring your leg up like that. And you want your arm not to swing down and grab your leg, because that's kind of counterproductive. That's putting momentum the other way. Instead, you want your leg to come to your hand. So when you start the flip, you want your hands to just come down barely to grab your knees. So in your landing, the landing isn't something I really need to go over. It kind of comes naturally when you do the flip. Just make sure when you're landing, your chest is not down. You want your chest to be out, and you want to land instead of like this in a squat. You want to land like this. You want to land standing up. How you do this is basically fixing your backflip, which is what we're going to go over in the next step. And then this is how you know how to fix them. So these are a few ways to fix your backflip. If you notice that you're going like this in the beginning, you don't want to do that. That's a pre-jump, and what that does is that helps beginners get a little bit of confidence. But what they'll do is this: they'll go down, and then they'll jump before they actually jump, and that takes away a lot of power, and it totally destroys your height. Try to practice going straight down and up. You don't necessarily have to bring your arms back. One of my friends goes like this, goes out and up. Just make sure your legs are going down and up, and you're getting enough swing with your arms upwards. The second thing that a lot of people might be messing up is they'll jump too far back. This means they'll start their flip around here, and they'll end their flip like a foot away. You do not want that to happen. This means you're taking up a lot of space when doing your flip, and you're going like this. You're throwing your head back. Make sure in your flip, spot something until you can't anymore. So this means you're looking at something ahead of you and keep looking at it through your entire set. Jump, and when your chin touches this part, when you literally can't look at the thing anymore, that's when you stop looking, you whip your head back to look at the ground and land. Make sure you're looking at the spot ahead of you, drop down, go up, and you want to jump up. A lot of people go like this, and instead of squatting down, they'll squat back. They'll kind of sit like a chair has just been like yanked out from under them. That's what you want to do for a back handspring, not a backflip. So drop straight down and straight up. Flick your arms, push that chest out. That's really important. And then snap into your tuck. Finally, a lot of people will rotate around the head. This is very bad because that means you're going to be landing stupid low to the ground and your head is going to get very close. Basically, instead of relying on the power of your tuck to get you across, you're actually relying on the weight of your lower body to flip your head over. That is really, really bad. One way to fix this is, again, try to jump straight up instead of jumping back. Another thing is, in your set, you need to get your hips as high as possible. So this means you stop rotating around your head and instead rotate around your hips.
Less than fashionable cubbyhole of the San Francisco Examiner. These editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer machine. When the telephone connection between these two terminals is made, the newest form of electronic journalism lights up Mr. Howard.
Yeah, that's it. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for making it here. If you have any questions regarding a backflip or any other tricks like that, I'd be very happy to answer. Put it in the comments and I'll do my very best to answer with as much tips and tricks I can put in. I'm probably going to redo this tutorial at some point because I feel like I could add I could do like a different method in another tutorial or something like that. Though if you have a request for a tutorial you'd like me to make, I'd gladly do that. Anyway, if you wouldn't mind seeing more stuff like this, some more stuff regarding tricking and stuff like that, please consider subscribing. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one, and have a great day.